When I started baby wearing on my back, I was super nervous, and I think most of us are. Hi everybody, it's Cecilia here with Robin's Nest Weaving, and today I'm going to talk about strategies to get your baby securely on your back. It's a very kind of scary thing. I mean, the baby's on your back, you don't have as much control, it's harder to hold them if they wiggle. There are lots of variable factors. And as well, if you don't get them positioned right, it's very uncomfortable and kind of hard to adjust and not as safe. So I found very early on that the methods that I used from my research beforehand had led to my babies always being very, very high and very secure on my back. And I'm gonna show you how I do that and how you can do it too. I thought we would start by talking about what you do before your baby even is starting to get on your back. And that goes all the way to what you get them dressed in. I suggest if you're putting your baby on your back and you're not super confident in it, put them in pants or shorts or something that has a waistband. I'm gonna show you the Pant Tuck technique and how it can make your back carries extra secure and make you feel way more confident while you're getting your baby on your back. In order to hopefully be able to get my point across clearly without any interruptions, I'm going to be using Sprout today instead of any of my children because Sprout does not scream at me. As you see, I put Sprout in a pair of pants. The next step will be getting your wrap, figuring out the carry, watching it a few times if you've never seen it before, if you're watching a YouTube video on it. Definitely try and know exactly what you're doing. I would practice a couple times without the baby because everything is just way harder if you're messing up and then the baby gets uncomfortable and starts crying and doesn't want to be up and down. We all know how it is. If it's a new carry for you, practice first. So now you're ready, you're prepared, your baby's wearing pants. Now it's time to get your baby in the wrap. So you're gonna find the point of the wrap that you would like your baby to sit at and do this technique right here. So you'll gather up the fabric that'll go between the baby's legs and pull it up and out because you want to be able to get some more width here. And you'll tuck that into their pants as much as you can get in there, pretty much. And honestly, that's that. And then wrap from there. We'll continue on. I will show you though how I have a lot of people comment a lot about that their wrap is not wide enough. This wrap is only 30 inches. It's not super wide. It's of course not super skinny, but I can do the pant tuck with it on my 2-year-old. So let's just pretend this baby's much larger. This is how long their back is. So we only have really this much to work with. What you do is you just take more of the length of the wrap. So you're going to pull farther in and then pull it up. And if you can just get to just their pant line, I only have about 1 centimeter above where her pants are. If you pull more, you can kind of also bring it up higher on the edges. And you're just going to want to tuck wherever you can in and as much as you can. See, if I wanted more, all I have to do is pull from the edge. And now I have a lot more I can tuck in. Same with on this side because we do want it even. And there you go. That will work just the same. Even though it looks kind of scrunched up and stuff, that won't affect it. So that's the Pant Tuck technique and it is amazing. Now it's time to get your baby onto your back. Personally, I use the Superman toss, and that's what I'm gonna show you today. The hip scoot, I sometimes will do, but only on my bigger kids who I can really kind of bounce up if they're not high enough. Honestly, I almost exclusively use the Superman toss anyway because it's way easier in my opinion, and it gets them chef's kiss, perfect height. That's what I'm gonna show you today. So if you've done the pant tuck technique and now your baby is laying facing you, you're going to start by taking the top of the wrap and wrapping it around their arms. For most babies, it'll just be their shoulders, not really their whole arms. But as this is a doll, I'm gonna take my right hand and flip it over. Okay, my right hand is now flipped over, and I'm putting my thumb, hooking it under her arm. And then I'm taking my left hand and I'm keeping it this direction and hooking this thumb under this arm. Holding this arm and then holding this arm. And now, let me do that again. So the baby's down and you just lift up. You're holding, remember, with both hands over, 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 over on your back. See how high that baby is? And then you start your carry from there. If I was doing this to a smaller baby, there are a couple different ways you can alter it. Right hand to their right hand, which is across if they're facing you. Flip it around, grab their arm. Your left hand across to their left hand. Do not flip it and just grab their arm. For teeny tiny babies, you're gonna bring your shoulder all the way to them. Oh, this angle. Okay, let's try this way. You're gonna take your shoulder all the way to them, and this hand, which is my left hand that I did not flip around, these fingers are perfectly located where I can still be looped around the baby's arm with my thumb and use my fingers to support the baby's neck. So I'm going to do that, and I'm gonna bring my shoulder right to the baby. The baby, see? Her neck was never not supported. I can hold this arm and this neck at the same time while I sort out the rest of the wrap. While you're holding your baby and you're getting them up, you can also grab the bottom of the wrap. You can see here, I have the bottom in here as well. So then you can just kind of easily maneuver it over your shoulder. See? The bottom is in my hand and the top. So I can just easily pull it over. Here we go. For bigger kids, you can also always just do this. Put the wrap around them. And then you can just say, or you can put the wrap on after, but this way, then she just kind of jumps on. Now, if you have not used the Pant Tuck technique, you will need to create a seat for your baby somehow. I'm going to give you another tip to get a nice deep seat. I'm going to pull up a little bit between her legs, just a little bit. Rosemary, please stop straightening your legs. And then I'm reaching in through the side on top of her leg. See, on top of her leg. Pulling it down, kind of loosening, and now pulling it up. And there we go, we have a nice seat. I'm grabbing her butt so she cannot get out of here. Tightening. Still holding her butt so she cannot straighten. Tightening, and then I will continue with my carry. Just like that. Yeah? A big question we get asked a lot is, how do I get my baby down? Well, there are the obvious options of leaning back towards the couch and obviously not laying on your baby, but allowing them to just kind of drop onto the couch while you undo the wrap. Same thing for a bed, or you can have somebody's help, or you can do it all by yourself, standing up super easily. This is what I do. I lean forward, I untie my wrap, hold on to my baby, untie it, however many passes there are, and then when I get to kind of this general part, you know, I'm still holding my baby. There's two methods actually I use here. So we'll start with the first one, which is where I'll put it under my arm, if it's not already. I can actually do the other side too. And just kind of jostle my baby around. Or, alternatively, my baby's up. I will generally just take it down. This is not so much for newborns, of course, but for when they get a little bit bigger, just take it fully down. And then just move my baby. I don't even need the wrap. I'm gonna show how I would take down Rosemary, who is clearly a lot larger and can stand up on her own and is fully capable. So she is jumpy, so I'm going to lean forward, loosen it, still holding her, and just take my arms out and kind of pull her down. That was not a good, Okay, so let's just recap this. We put our baby in the proper clothing. We got them up safely on our back with a nice seat, and we got them down safely. If there are any other parts to back wearing that have you feeling like maybe your baby's not safe or you don't feel comfortable, please comment them down below, and I would love to make a second video that talks about those things, because clearly these are just parts that jump into my mind about back carrying or back wearing, but you might have different ones. So let me know if I have any information about them. I'll definitely share, because I've been doing this for quite a while. Don't forget to like and subscribe if this is interesting to you. It really helps the algorithm and our channel grow. If you like what we put out, stick around. This one says Rosemary.
Why? Be the boy. Be a boy.
Theodore.
Yeah. Because. Bodie. Daddy.
Rosie.
Mommy.
Mommy.